Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another Weird Wednesday video. Today I'm doing another tag video, the small YouTuber tag. Before I get into any of that though, I want to say thank you to my creepy patron peeps for your support of my channel. Thank you guys so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. I was tagged by Andrew R. Davis to do this, so I will link his channel and his video of this in the description if you want to check it out, which I highly recommend. And apparently I'm way behind on this. I'm so sorry. This is going to be the first tag where I just answer completely off the cuff. Normally, I don't like script out my answers, but I'll usually just write my answer in like 1 to 2 words so I can keep myself on track because I tend to ramble a lot like I'm doing right now. So this will be interesting. I'm gonna answer them all off the cuff. There are just a lot of questions and I didn't really want to write out an answer for each one, so I was like, this will be a fun experiment. Anyways, first question, what inspired you to make videos? I've talked about this before a couple of times, but for those of you that don't know, I started my channel when I was getting my first master's degree for new media journalism. Basically, it was all about niche journalism, like finding your, little pocket of the world. And, naturally I was like, horror movies, right? Like horror in general. I love that. So that's how I created Nightmare Maven, and I created the YouTube channel with the name so that I could get like Nightmare Maven across all platforms. That's why I think like my channel creation was like August, like early August, but I didn't make a video until like mid-September because I just made it first so I could have that username. But obviously with my classes, it was journalistic writing, objective, no reviews or anything like that. But I also wanted to talk about horror movies, so YouTube just became like a fun little side project that I was doing with that. The main reason really, obviously I had watched a lot of YouTube before and always kind of contemplated making a channel, but never really had a good like concrete reason, like fire under my ass to make a channel, and the class I was taking kind of provided that, so that's good. Describe your content in 1 sentence. Oh no. 1 sentence. My content is horrible. No, my content is for lovers of horror movies and just the horror genre in general. How long have you been on YouTube, and have you had other channels? I started, like, my first video was posted in September, so as of this past September, it's been 4 years on YouTube, and no, I've not had any other channels. What message are you trying to get across in your videos? I don't know that I'm trying, I don't know that I have like a specific message. I'm just trying to share my love of horror with other people that also love horror. And I try and do it in like, kind of like a laid back way. Like honestly, like I see some people's videos that are very like super duper well researched and very well put together, and I want to make videos like that too, but also at the same time, like my reviews, I like it to kind of seem like I'm just chit-chatting with you like after the movie or something. So I'm very like I don't know, I try and talk about horror in like a low-key chill way. I don't know. Which YouTuber do you resemble the most in terms of content? I have no idea. I don't know, it's hard for me to think like that because I feel like everybody, what makes their content so unique is their own personality, so I don't really think like, I think we're all different. I don't know. I feel like I'm inspired by so many channels that I just like kind of take inspiration from multiple channels. So I feel like I'm like a combination of a couple of different YouTubers. What equipment do you use to film? My camera is a Canon G7X. I think it's like a popular vlogging camera because it's pretty lightweight, it's easy to hold, and the viewfinder flips up so I can look at myself and make sure like I'm in frame, I'm in focus, that sort of thing. So that's what I use to film. Other than that, I just have a couple of box lights, and there's a ring light around this camera. I have a little reflector over here that, you know, that's reflecting the box light back at me, and that's about it. What do you use to edit? Adobe Premiere Pro. I use Adobe for all the things. I use the Photoshop. I use After Effects. Sometimes. I'm not very good at it. I'm still learning little by little on that. Does your channel meet the new monetization guidelines? It does now. I think I was kicked out in February at the little like cutoff date because I had the subscriber number, but I didn't have the watch time hours. And I think I got it back in like July or maybe early August or something like that. So yes, I do now. Do you think the new guidelines are fair? That's a tough question. Well, the reason YouTube gave for changing these new guidelines, whether you choose to believe it or not, I guess, was about some harmful channels on the platform that get a lot of views, but maybe it's not like a channel that you'd really subscribe to, but sometimes they were like kind of like that, the weird like kids content and people stealing other people's content. So it's like they'd get views, but they don't, like, they wouldn't have the subscriber numbers really. But then, you know, the old guidelines were like 10,000 lifetime views on your channel, I think. So like with the views, it'd be easy for them to get monetized. So with these new guidelines, they also have to meet a subscriber number. So if that really is the real reason, I don't disagree with that. You know, if it stops, even if it stops some channels from stealing content and creating harmful content, I think it's ultimately a good thing. It was a little bit of, it was a little bit tough because I was monetized before that because I had met the first, you know, the original requirement, and then I got kicked out and had to do it again, which was a little bit frustrating. But I feel like that would only be frustrating for those of us that had monetization, lost it, and have to get it back again. I think for everybody else just starting out, since it'll be the new standard, I think it'll be fine. So it was tough, but ultimately I think it's fair. The demonetization stuff of just because we're talking about horror movies, if we're talking about that, that's absolutely not fair, but I don't think that's what the question was getting at. Next question, if you had more money / equipment / support, what content would you make? I don't know if it would be any different because skills are not included in that. If I just had more money and I guess better equipment, I would just like make this same content, but it would probably just look a little bit better. And if I had more money and more support, I feel like I would have way more time to just do YouTube. So you know, ultimately it would probably be a little bit better if I had more time to devote to YouTube. I would need more skills to make it really good content. Next question, when do you upload? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 5 days a week. Next question, what do you classify as a small YouTuber? Me. I don't know, I feel like everybody that has more subscribers than me, I consider a bigger channel. Like my view is very warped. Which big YouTuber would you love to collab with and why? Honestly, probably Made You Look or Glam and Gore, because if you don't watch either, just really quickly, Made You Look does like body painting, and Glam and Gore is kind of exactly what it sounds like. She does glam makeup looks and like gore SFX stuff. And I'm horrible at both of those things. I can barely do regular makeup, so I would love to collab with one of them and just have them make art on my face. Do you watch and support other small YouTubers? Yes, I try to very much. It is tough because between doing my own stuff, school, and work, I don't have a lot of free time to just, you know, be completely caught up with everybody's channel because there's so many of us now, which is awesome. It just makes it hard to keep up. So I do try and, I like watch when I'm driving to work. So I have my phone plugged in, like the aux cord, and I'm like listening to you guys, because obviously I can't watch and drive at the same time. I need to get a Tesla so I can, you know, watch my phone and the car drives itself. But yeah, so I kind of like listen to you guys. So I don't always comment because I'll usually listen to like 2 or 3 videos on my way to work, and then, you know, unplug the phone and go to work for 8 hours, and then I'll forget to comment. But I do try and watch everybody's videos. Do you see yourself and your channel in 1 year or 5 years? I don't know. It's hard for me to think like that. I don't know. Hopefully in 1 to 5 years, I will be talking about horror movies for a living in some capacity. Next question, what does your username mean? I've talked about this before, but for those of you that don't know, I basically stole it. So when I was trying to come up with like my brand name, again, this was for, you know, my previous master's degree, where we were coming up with like our niche market that we were gonna cover for the rest of the course. You know, I was trying to come up with something, and my professor at the time, her Twitter name was like journalism maven or writing maven or something like that, something along those lines. And at that moment, I didn't know what maven meant, so I looked it up, and essentially it means like connoisseur. If you're a maven of something, you're a connoisseur of something. So I just started putting various spooky / horror related words in front of maven until I found one that I liked, and I really liked Nightmare Maven. And thus it was born. So basically it's 50% a stolen name. Next question is not a question, but a statement. Tell us your social medias. I think I pretty much have everything. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I do have a Tumblr and a Snapchat, although I will admit I really don't use Snapchat anymore. I really should delete it. I just don't use it because Instagram stories, like, there's no point to the Snapchat anymore, I feel like. And Tumblr I don't really use anymore. I more just like look at other people's posts on there rather than doing my own thing. I'm mostly on Twitter and Instagram, so if you want to follow me anywhere, Twitter and Instagram are the places I'm most active. I'm trying to be more active on Facebook with all the groups that I'm in, but it's taken a little bit to get there. Next question, do people from school find your channel? I think Andrew mentioned this in his video, that whoever made the tag was probably in school when they made this, so that's why. So I mean, I am technically still in school, and yes, some of my classmates knew that I had a channel, even at work and stuff too. People know, but it's not like they find me, I just tell them. Like if it comes up naturally in conversation, like I'll mention it. I don't hide that I have a YouTube channel. So it's not like anybody approaches me at work or anything. It's like, hey, I saw that you have a YouTube channel. I like found you or something. Like if they find me, it's probably because they heard me mention that I have one. Second to last question, or this is a statement as well. List 3 hobbies outside of YouTube. I like to read. That's also kind of related to YouTube because I review books on there. Whatever, that counts. I like to read. I'm trying to think of one that's not related to YouTube. Shit. Because like technically everything I do kind of is. Like watching movies and TV, because I review movies and TV on here, and books. I listen to music. I sound like such a boring person. I sound like such a boring person. Really nothing that's not related to YouTube. I watch movies, I watch Netflix, I read, I listen to music. Yeah, I'm so boring. Okay. Who is your favorite small YouTuber? That is too difficult of a question to answer. So I'm not. Cause yeah, if you want to know who I really like. If you, on my like main channel page, there's like my recommended channels. I think I call it like channels I haunt on my channel main page. So all of the channels there are my favorites. And I know I'm really behind on this, so probably anyone who is going to do it has probably already done it. But if you haven't and you want to, you are officially tagged. You're it. Thank you, Andrew R. Davis, for tagging me. I'm sorry that it took so long for me to complete the tag, but now I've done it. And I can feel satisfied moving into the new year. I will leave the questions in a pinned comment down below if you want to answer them for yourself or you want to do the tag. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a Creepy Peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday, and you can ring that notification bell down there to be notified every time I post a video, even though it doesn't always work. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye!